clue.
Okay. What did we just see?
Oh, we just saw Johnny. I don't know. I'm struggling to find a way that isn't obscene to explain what we just saw. I'm having a lot of trouble.
There's this YouTube service agreement. We can't say all the curse words in the whole world.
Yeah.
I would learn new ones for like what we just saw. Johnny. Okay,
Yeah.
so they were at the boys' brunch thing where all the married couples are split up into girls and boys, and they're having their little boys' time, and Gil is giving his motivational speech to third graders at this fire station or something. It's really very cute, but they're all like trying to be vulnerable and open up about how things are going, which Zach is refusing to do, but Johnny is doing. So like, good job, you did talking, I guess. I don't know, but the things that came out of your mouth were like hot garbagey nonsense, I would say.
Yeah.
And then they cut to BAO and her talking to the girls about how it's going, and she said that Johnny said that he has a checklist for like what he wanted in a wife, but like he wasn't finding that dating, so he decided to give that checklist over to experts so that he could get the perfect wife. Like, of all the people who like really explicitly are objectifying women on this show, I didn't think Johnny was gonna be top of the list. Like,
yeah,
man, you're really not seeing another person there at all. It's
it's crazy. It's infuriating. And you know, BAO very wisely says there's no such thing as a perfect person, or something along those lines. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect person. There's compromise and conflict in any relationship, basically, and like, he's never gonna find that thing that he's looking for.
And Johnny says, well, what am I supposed to do if I gave the experts the checklist and then they didn't give me what I wanted? Like, were my expectations too high? Maybe. But he says it like, he explicitly and repeatedly says that BAO isn't perfect in a way that like makes me want to shake him, which I wouldn't do because
we use our words.
Oh, I was gonna say because he's in Texas.
Right. Also, he's in Texas.
If it weren't for him, let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him.
He's not worth it.
No!
He's not worth it. Okay, don't wake up the kid again. We woke up our daughter because we were yelling at the television. We have a 2-year-old daughter. She got to be woken up by her parents screaming at Johnny on the television because
is perfect.
He's sitting here thinking that maybe his expectations are a little too high, and I guess he's not ready to be married, and now he's the bad guy because BAO's married to somebody who's not ready to be married. You know, you can just see him like going through, like trying to give himself reasons that it's not going to work out and that it's not going to be perfect, when there could not be a more perfect person. They like have the same
everything.
The way they met was by being president of the same club in college. Like, they have so much in common. And then have it pass together. It's like this magical fairy tale love story. As close as we really get to it on Married at First Sight, I would say.
Yeah.
And then he's just being... I keep wanting to curse. I'm sorry.
He's being a huge baby.
He is being a huge baby.
No, it's really stressful because, like, okay, first of all, BAO is okay. So perfect comes from like inside of you, and all of us are perfect, and we're all like our flaws, or like if we're like too what do you call her? Too silly.
Too silly, yeah. Somehow Bao is too silly.
All of that. All of the like we are all perfect.
Yeah.
Kesha says that we are all perfect, even though that we're effed up. Beautiful, and I want Bao and anyone else out there in the world to know that they're perfect, even if the dumbest Johnny.
Yeah.
Even if people like Johnny think that you're not good enough, like, man, I've never seen someone put a person into an object so explicitly. Like, man,
Yeah.
like objectifying. Like, he was like, object. This is I need a wife, and it's like this, and then it should be like this, and unchanging, and without surprise, and without.
She has to think it's funny when I make fun of her snoring, but she can't be silly when I'm not in the mood to be silly, Johnny. Also, I just want to say that technically, I would believe that a perfect marriage would actually have conflict in it, because conflict.
I can't believe you would say that.
Conflict is important.
No.
To like work things out.
I disagree.
We tend to have conflict about things that matter, and maybe if you respect someone, you respect them enough to stand up for yourself and expect them to stand up for themselves. And, you know, some people yell. I'm not condoning any violence, but there's conflict is a real thing, and turning away from it is not respecting your marriage, it's not respecting your partner, and it's not respecting yourself. And so,
or like the institution of marriage itself, take it seriously. I really thought you were going to take it seriously. Like, you really, really cared so much about what your family and your parents thought, and you like wanted your dad's approval so much that we'd all cry. And it was like, man, I feel like you're taking this seriously, and that you take the institution of marriage seriously. And it was like such a big deal to you that like your parents weren't married in perpetuity or whatever. Like, I don't know, like, you just talked all this talk, and now I kind of feel like a sucker for believing you, because you're actually being a huge baby. And I like need Pastor Cow to like pop out from behind a wall and be like, hey man, why are you, like, what's up? Like, I don't know, like, where's the Pastor Cow in your head?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
I heard you need a father figure to knock some sense into you because you're being a fool.